On this millennial review, I'm going to be showing you how to fix the dreaded fan noise that comes from these ASUS G14 ROG computers. This affects a few other models as well, but we've got the G14 right here. And what happens is the fan itself makes some awful noises at different angles and when it spins up. So take a listen. So what's happening there is you've got two fans, you've got a GPU and a CPU fan, and the bearings wear out on them. It's a real common problem with these ASUS ROG computers, but luckily it's super easy to get solved. So to get it fixed, you're going to need a replacement fan. In this case, it's my CPU fan that's worn out, and then a small toolkit to be able to get it all taken care of. If you need any of that stuff, I have it all linked down in the description below. But let's not spend any more time talking about the problem. Let's get to fixing it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is press and hold on the power button. Make sure that you get it all the way powered off. And with the computer totally powered off, you're going to have 14 screws that are Phillips head that you're just going to need to unscrew and get pulled out. Now what you can do with all 14 screws undone, you can begin to start to pull the case off. I like to go smooth, and it'll allow you to take all of the case off. You can now see our fans. These are the guys that have gone bad, and it's not super easy to tell, but if we take a look at this one and I spin it, you can see that the fan is almost moving around just a little bit. It's sort of tough to get that look on camera. If we check it out on the other side, you'll see the other one spins really symmetrical. And that's sort of what keyed in that this is likely the one that's the culprit. So what we're first going to start off with is just seeing how we can get this fan to come off. So I'm going to use light pressure on this tape. Pull that up, which should give us access to this heat pump that we have right there. As you'll see on our fan, we're going to come with new tape, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. From here, we've got two screws on this fan that will go ahead and unscrew one. Then we've got our second screw that are going to go to the side. And then right here, down there, that's going to be, and right down there, that's going to be where our little fan connector is. So we're going to work that out. Cool. So that's going to come out. So next, we'll begin to pull the screws right off of where it connects to the CPU here for the heat pumps, or heat pipes rather. So now what you'll need to do is to begin prying the fan out of the board. As you can see, I put a small green plastic pry tool just underneath the board to get a little bit of space, and I'm using the black one to manipulate the fan. What'll happen is the fan will eventually slide forward just slightly, and as you see it do that, it'll then drop out underneath the board. Take your time to be careful because you don't want to damage anything, but this is what's going to allow the fan to come out without having to take the whole heat pipe system off of the board. All right. And just like that, you'll see it slides out. Whew. That came out. Reinstallation of the new fan is largely the same process as before. Basically, you'll be lightly pulling up on the board you're going to slide in the fan from below, just the same way that you pulled it out. And then once you get it adjusted into place, which will take just a little bit of shimming, what you'll be able to do is take the adhesive backing off of the lower flap. That's going to allow that heatsink to glue onto it, so go ahead and pull that off.
That'll go in.
And then you're just going to have to start putting the screws back in and putting the whole unit back together.
And that presses down. Can then get everything tucked right back into place.
Okay, now we can take our other piece of cover off for the tape, press that down. Then I'm going to have 2 screws to place in. Be sure to go ahead and get the fan power cable plugged back in. In this case, it's going to slide in. I had to use a set of tweezers to make sure that it got located properly, but with a little bit of pressure, it'll pop back in. Just remember, you don't want to use too much force because it should just click into place. Take our second screw for the fan. So the last thing to do before we can move on and power the system back up is we just have to go ahead and take our case, place it right back on, and just gently go around. Make sure that we click all of the plastic snaps into place. And just begin to screw all of it back together. There we go, we got everything back together. Give it a quick power on. And while it boots up, I'm just feeling to the side to make sure that I can feel air coming out, which I do. This is the side that got changed. And I'll let you listen with our microphone, but you'll notice basically silent again. So that ended up working well. Thanks for joining me on this video to go over how to replace the fan. As you can see on the old one, it's not exactly spinning smoothly or round anymore. So it's nice to have that replaced because the bearings on these guys do go out, and now the computer's up to run again in about 10 minutes of your own time. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. Leave any comments or questions that you have down below. Of course, if you need to purchase some of this stuff, I do have it linked as an affiliate link in the description, so feel free to use that. Helps out the channel. And definitely subscribe so you can see more videos fixing tech and all sorts of other things just like this.